Tonight on Sports Saturday, the Crimson Tide is galloping to the Bluegrass to try and trip up the top-ranked Cats. Would Bama be the bug or the windshield?
I'm just doing this so I don't get fined.
And the Pearl of Great Price resurfaces in Knoxville. Could the Tigers send him back to his new home with a win?
I don't want any other team in the SEC to do well.
We have the full SEC Hoops recap. Plus, Blake Sims is talking his NFL future. Who's he comparing himself to at the next level?
Whatever I got to really do just to help my team.
So come right this way. Quiet down. You know, on second thought, get fired up. Because we're getting weird. We're dressed to the nines and starting right now.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Hey, everybody, attention, college students. Lots of you. How would you like to win $18,000? Work on your half-court shots, kids. Virginia student Tyler Lewis. Watch him knock this one down. He took 4 shots to do it. Boom. He pockets 18,000 big ones this morning on College Game Day, which may or may not partially be spent right now at a bar in Charlottesville, Virginia. At least Mom hopes not. He's not celebrating tonight, though, because Duke knocks off Virginia, knocked them from the ranks of the unbeatens as well. With that, we say welcome in, everybody, to Sports Saturday. I'm BJ Millican.
And I'm Jen Chapman, and that might lessen the blow for him particularly. I mean,
yeah.
$18,000.
Yeah. Oh,
that's awesome.
That's a big chunk of change.
After the Cavs lost, only one undefeated team in Division I, and Alabama playing them this evening in Lexington. Ricky Tarrant missing from the lineup due to a leg injury, but the good news, Alabama scored first. That was pretty much all the good news for the Tide in the first half. Aaron Harrison with the tray. He had 10 for the Cats.
Then check it out on the inbounds play coming up. Carl Anthony Towns is going to get the ball, and he's going to put it on the floor. Nice spin move. 12 for Towns. Cats by 10. Rodney Cooper took 3 shots all game, Jen. This is his only basket. Bama hit 4 of 16 from behind the arc. The very next possession, though, Cats play defense. They come up with a steal. Little catch-scratch fever. Andrew Harrison ahead to Marcus Lee, the slam. The Crimson Tide downed at Rupp, 70-55, 15 in a row at home for Kentucky. Coach Cal still not 100% happy with his team.
I'm still, like I was on the guys, and I keep telling my staff, these are the games you get on them when you're up 18, 19, and you're trying to teach and you're trying to get them to respond. I mean, there are things that are happening the guys aren't taking responsibility for. And that's, again, a young team in the grind of a season. We've got 10 games left.
Cal's not going to be happy until they win by like 100. Here are the numbers. Shannon Hale and Levi Randolph led the way with 13 and 12. Bama drops to 13 and 8 overall. 3 and 5 in the SEC. The Cats with 7 3-point field goals in the win. Alabama is back in action on Wednesday against Missouri.
Bruce Pearl returning to Knoxville after calling the shots there from 2006 to 2011. First half, Auburn's KT Harrell works his way in the lane, off the glass and in. Tigers go up by 4. Later, Vols' Robert Hughes' third shot is off, but Armani Moore finishes with the slam. Vols go up. He had a double-double, 19 points, 13 rebounds. Second half, Auburn trying to make a comeback. It's silenced by Derek Reese's 3. An emotional loss for Pearl as the Tigers fall 71-63. Here's the former Vols coach after the game.
Here's the deal. I don't want any other team in the SEC to do well other than Auburn and Tennessee. I want Donnie to do well. I probably want to beat other teams more than I want to beat Tennessee. Now, I want to beat them. I'm proud of the fact that Tennessee basketball is still good and still relevant. I wanted to beat them because they're ahead of us in the SEC.
On to Arkansas, no longer ranked on the road at Florida. Second half, Dorian Finney-Smith takes this one in for the jam. 16 points for that guy. Gators up by 6. Time winding down. Razorbacks down 1. Free throws missed. Picked up by Anton Beard, who makes his way to the hoop, sends up the floater off the glass, and now Razorbacks out in front by 1. Then time expiring. Florida with one more shot. Michael Frazier, the second on the rebound. He's fouled and makes both free throws to secure a Gator win by 1. 57-56. You think questionable?
Questionable call. LSU trying to keep NCAA tournament hopes alive in Starkville. Tie ball game. LSU is going to miss the 3 at the end of the shot clock, but oops, forgot to box out. Jordan Mickey, 2 of his 25 points, 20 boards. but State gets it together. Craig Sword to Roquez Johnson, the Montgomery, Alabama connection. Later, Johnson does it by himself. To the lane, finishes strong, 9 points, 10 boards for him. State with the big upset, 73-67. Here's a look at the rest of the SEC scoreboard. South Carolina, a big home win over Georgia. Texas A&M outlasts Vanderbilt at home, and Ole Miss slams Mizzou, who comes into Coleman on Wednesday night. Maybe some much-needed medicine for the Crimson Tide.
And how about this? NC State down by 2 with under 5 seconds left in overtime. Former Alabama star Trevor Lacey throws up a 3. And that's how you win a game at the buzzer. Lacey with 19 points, and the Wolfpacks win. The Stillman Tigers hosting Kentucky State this afternoon. The Tigers were up by 2 in the first half. Maurice Crenshaw dishes it to Antonio Penny down low. He gets the bucket and the foul. Stillman goes up by 5. Kentucky State hangs in there. Mohamed Cross puts on a move and then hits the jumper. Stillman would go on a big run. Rod Lewis getting the ball, drives in for the layup, and also draws the foul as the Tigers go on to win by 7, 75-68. 4 wins in a row for Stillman. They improved to 8-4 in conference play.
That's right. We hope you'll hang around for a little while longer. We've got more Sports Saturday coming up after the break. We'll check in next with former Crimson Tide quarterback Blake Sims. He held a camp today in Pell City. He tells us who he compares himself to in the NFL. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
3 Alabama commits were named to the 2015 Parade All-America high school football team. Central High's Lester Cotton, one of them. The 6'4", 325-pound offensive lineman had 223 pancake blocks this season. Joining him, Richie Pettibon was on the first team, and Minka Fitzpatrick, cornerback, who was on honorable mention as well. So some future stars in Crimson Tide, but one former star in Crimson holding a youth camp today in Pell City.
It's weird to say that, isn't it? That Blake Sims is now former Alabama player Blake Sims, but I guess he is. And he was busy today with the kids. He said that even though he's still working on getting ready for the NFL Combine in a few weeks, he feels it's important to give back to the kids and pass on the skills that he's learned at Alabama. He's also serious about being a quarterback at the next level, but has a player in mind in case that doesn't work out.
First, being a starting quarterback. If I'm not a starting quarterback, hopefully I can just play like Randall Cobb from the Packers, play in the backfield, play in the slot, just something, just whatever I got to really do just to help my team. I can play in any offense. I think I have proven that. In high school I played in the spread, and in college I played in the pro style. So I think that's like gives me an extra boost and good advantage on some quarterbacks.
Good for him. Odds are out for the Heisman Trophy next year. If you're a betting man or woman, you can get Alabama's Derrick Henry for 14-1 odds. That's tied for 9th on the list. Ohio State's Ezekiel Elliott is the favorite at 6-1. Dak Prescott and Leonard Fournette are installed at 7-1 odds.
On the eve of the Super Bowl, Arkansas head coach Brett Bielema has said he was a candidate for the Miami Dolphins job back in 2012 when Bielema was the head coach at Wisconsin. However, Bielema wanted to draft his Badgers quarterback Russell Wilson. The Dolphins balked at the idea, saying the 5'10" QB would not succeed in the NFL. Well, Bielema said he didn't want the job, and now he's at Arkansas, and Wilson making back-to-back Super Bowl appearances with the Seahawks. So guess who was right on that one? And with the 49th Super Bowl tomorrow night in Phoenix between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, tonight the league's best were recognized at the NFL Honors Show, basically like the Grammys for the NFL. Former Alabama assistant coach Bruce Arians was named head coach of the year, becoming the first coach to win the award multiple times in 3 years with different teams, the other being 2012 with the Colts. The Packers' Aaron Rodgers was named MVP, and Rob Gronkowski of the Pats beat out Rolando McClain and Julio Jones for Comeback Player of the Year. Aaron Donald beat out C.J. Mosley as Defensive Rookie of the Year.
There you go. The Hall of Fame class of 2015 also announced tonight. Here it is. 80s, 90s, and early 2000s staples such as Junior Seau, Charles Haley, Tim Brown, and the Bus, Jerome Bettis, get the call tonight. Much more coming up on Sports Saturday. We hope you stick around. We're going to be right back. We're back, and we're down under, mate. The Aussie Open final early this morning when everybody was asleep. Maria Sharapova and Serena Williams going head-to-head. Serena dominant in the first set with that big cross-court backhand. And here's your championship point. Serena, she wins her 6th Australian Open title and 19th Grand Slam title. Good for her. You might say, Jen, that she had a good day.
I see what you did there. And she looked really happy. She looked like she wasn't even tired from the match.
She wasn't. Of course she wasn't.
Well, Alabama's women's tennis team beat TCU this evening to improve to 3-0 on the season, and the men's team took on Florida State this afternoon. The Tide claimed the doubles point thanks to wins by Andrew Goodwin and Danny Krinsman and Corey Lovett and Becker O'Shaughnessy. But the Seminoles won 4 out of 5 singles matches to claim the team win. Bama is now 2-3 on the season and will be on the road next weekend at Oklahoma State and Oklahoma. So not the home field advantage that the tennis team wanted, but the baseball team is hoping for some better luck.
Yeah, Jen, this year Alabama's going to be playing their home games at Hoover, at the Hoover Met. Mitch Gaspard has been taking his team through practices this last week. They're trying to get familiarized with the stadium and their surroundings before their opening series on February 13th. He's excited about the chances to use the park to his team's advantage.
You know, the ballpark here is unique to where you can develop a real home field advantage. It's a spacious park, a lot of foul ground, so the more we can learn the ballpark, obviously the more advantages that we'll have when we play home series here.
No one gets to play on this field until the tournament, so I think it'll be a huge advantage for us to get to know the field, and especially for when we play, have a huge Alabama crowd come watch us.
Alabama has won 4 SEC tournament titles in that park, but none since 2003. And a quick note before we get out of here, a golf note. Former Alabama golfer Justin Thomas having a really nice tournament at the Phoenix Open.
He's currently 9 under par for the tournament. He fired a 2-under today, including 5 birdies. He's 4 shots back of the leader. Final round is tomorrow.
That's right. He had a good day, but rarely do any of us have a day or a shot like this. Watch Francisco Molinari. He's going to get, well, let's not spoil it. Watch this. That is a hole in one on the 16th hole. If that wasn't good enough, what is he showered with, Jen?
Beer?
Beer! Nice job, Francisco.
He doesn't care. He just got a hole in one.
He is
Bring
psyched.
it.
Those fans out in Phoenix are nuts, though. We saw some of them in our opening montage. They're crazy.
Well, they've got so much going on this weekend.
They really do.
They should just cancel classes next week, let everyone recover.
Why not? Super Bowl tomorrow. We'll have a show tomorrow, Sports Sunday. Good night. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Good night.